Alright, what is going on everybody? HC Jammers here, back with another Street Fighter 5 video, and in today's video we're going to be going over, well, more like refreshing or summarizing what Mika can do post Peach Assault. That is her critical art, the post Meaty F+HP she can get off of her critical art, and just give you a deeper insight on what you want to try and do, what you want to consider, and just the more intricate things post critical art there. So without further ado, let me just double check we're all good to go. Yes, alright, so my button's all good. So again, let's just start off by withering it down, boiling it down to the basics. What is Peach Assault? Well, by now, if you're a Mika player, that's mandatory. You should know what it is. It is her ultimate move, her critical art, and it looks a little like this. Now, the things you need to know, just basic stuff, but on a fighting game level sort of thing, intermediate fighting game level sort of thing, is Peach Assault is 3-frame startup. So what that means is the startup matches the fastest button in Street Fighter games, which is 3 frames. In terms of damage, it is tier 2 damage. So what I mean by that is tier 1 damage is 400. So your Akuma's Raging Demon, your Zangief's Critical Art, your Dalsim's Yoga Sunflare when it's fully charged. And then tier 2, the next tier down, is Mika's Peach Assault, which does 360 damage. So what that means is, and this is in terms of raw damage, right? So what that means is Mika's critical art is the second highest damaging critical art in the game. So there's a fun fact for you there. And the most important thing, which is what we're going to be covering today, and obviously what you do after it, is after Mika lands Peach Assault, she's at +8 frame advantage. And that is huge. That is pretty big for her. So let me see if I can get this right. She can be +8 at best after her forward dash. Yes, this Peach Assault, the critical art, allows you to be +8 at best. So let me show you one more time. And then I'll probably zoom in on the screen so you can see it properly, or get a closer look. But yeah, she is +8 after the dash at best. Now, Jammers, +8, what does that mean? I don't get it. What does that mean? When I reset this to the center, there we go. So what that means is she can actually dash and do, she can do heavies, she can delay a command grab, she can do medium attacks, which we're going to go through, I'd say 3 of the most common meaty setups that you should be seeing. So what we're going to do before we do any of that is I want to do the shortcut settings to put the save status on and the replay status on, because this is going to be big, because you don't want to see me keep doing the critical art over and over again, or input anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to save it at a certain point. Now, I want to save it around there. Okay, so what should happen now is when I hit L3, yes, it will always end, the animation, or always go back to the end of the animation. So what I can do is dash. So, first things first, like I said, after the dash, we can do a forward fierce. And I've got the computer to block. I shouldn't have them to block. Let's just take that off. What we will do, though, is we're going to set the computer to do a wake up 3-frame button. So, the first question you want to ask is, Jammers, does forward fierce beat out wake up buttons? Yes, it does. There's your crush counter. Because what's happening here is, because I'm +8 after the dash, Lady Mika is 10-frame startup. So what that means is Lady Mika goes from a 10-frame button to a 2-frame button. And because the fastest frame button in this game, or Street Fighter games in general, is 3 frames, basically my button is just beating up the wake up button. So that forward fierce, Lady Mika just beats out wake up buttons, period. And if it does connect, we know it's a crush counter. So that allows you to get a crush counter follow-up. Now, keep in mind, oh, I dropped the combo there. Let's do it one more time. All right, forward fierce, Lady Mika. So you get 227 damage. So most of the time when you get that set up, Peach Assault is probably about to kill. If it doesn't, then it's just a guess for the game between a forward fierce or maybe a delayed command grab. But you can do that there. Now, if the opponent doesn't do a wake up button, but maybe they try to escape, you're still fine, because you can do that straight into H.Wingless Airplane and get 197 damage. So that is pretty decent in itself. This is why I'd say the go-to option after a critical art is forward fierce, because it has a lot of pros and very little to no cons. Now, if we do, let's say, after first attack, maybe this should work. Alright, so if we dash and then do the forward fierce, you're +3 on block, right? So in the situation like this, because remember, you've just spent your meter on critical art, right? So you've got no meter to work with now. So what does Mika do after this? Well, there's not much she can do, to be honest with you, because if she does forward fierce, and oh, okay, that was nothing. I got hot air there. But if she does forward fierce, you're not in range of a light command grab. You might have to micro walk for like 1 frame and try to do it, but again, that's too risky. Your opponent's going to be walking back. So probably the best thing to do in a situation like that is if they block it, just do crouching light kick. If it hits them, it hits. It does 20 damage. If not, it's just back to neutral for maybe a little bit longer or maybe a lot longer. But another thing you can do as well, if you're uncertain that the forward fierce will hit or connect, whether it's going to be hit or block, what happens is this, and this is the beauty of one of the changes that happen to forward fierce. So you can literally do, after that, forward fierce cancel into heavy wingless airplane. So on hit, what that basically means is, okay, so we dash. Okay, I'm not sure if the opponent's going to jump. Forward fierce cancel. Okay, we got 197 damage. And if we put it back to block, then what happens is, okay, forward fierce. Oh, my bad, sorry. When we do Lady Mika, and then we're out of the situation, and then we're far away, but we're back in neutral. Now be careful, because you can do this, but I think sooner or later some people will be punishing this, because that wingless airplane is mighty punishable, but not a lot of people are used to punishing it or trying to chase it down. So do be careful of that. And also, what makes forward fierce interesting as well, like I said, if you've just spent your meter, so you've got no critical meter available. But if you have V-trigger available, that's even better, right? Because then you can just go, okay, I'm not certain, but I want to apply some pressure meterless, and then do some all sorts of shenanigans or whatever. I've got V-trigger 2, but you're probably going to be using V-trigger 1. So you get the V-trigger, you activate, you maybe get some pressure, maybe a mix-up, etc, etc. So there's quite a few things that you can do with the meaty forward fierce. And also, last but not least, are jammers. What if they do delayed wake up, right? Is there a frame kill setup for that? Can we do something about that? Yes, you can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the CPU to do a wake up button again. So after you do the first forward fierce, if the opponent does not get up, what you do is you do forward fierce with medium, forward fierce again. Now I got the frame kill timing wrong, but let's try it again. Okay, 3rd time's the charm. Can I do it? Let's see if we can do it. 1, 2, 3. There you go. So what you do is you do Lady Mika, whiffed crouch medium punch, and then you input Lady Mika again. And then you'll just be put in the exact same situation before. I've explained the benefits. Like I said, there's very little disadvantages to that. When I get this right. Let's see. And then forward fierce 1. Bam. Okay. I don't know why I'm so bad at doing this now. And then 1, 2, there we go. And like I said, it's a meterless follow-up, 227 damage, not too bad. So that's just outlining what you can do from a meaty forward fierce. Alright, sorry about that. Something happened with the recording, so I'm going to have to do this section again. The next section we're going to be moving on to is the second most common post-meaty setup that you'll see from landing Peach Assault, which is going to be dash up and meaty crouching medium kick. So this button there. Now, obviously, the first things first, does it beat wake up buttons, jammers? Well, we're going to turn on the wake up crouch medium kick, and we are going to find out. So then you do, again, dash, crouch and medium kick, and yes, it does. It is beating out the wake up button there. Pretty important. You may have seen Fudo and Luffy do this in tournament. You may have not. But this is the other meaty setup that people do. And again, your follow-up is limited simply because, again, I'm going to keep regurgitating the same lines. You have just expended your meter, so this encourages you to to practice your meterless follow-ups. So what you do after that is once you land that meaty, you do standing medium punch into heavy shooting Peach there for the maximum damage you can get in that situation. Now, if anyone's wondering, oh, can you connect a standing fist? No, you can't, because you are too far. You cannot connect standing fist after that situation. So that's why I encourage you to learn how to cancel stand medium punch into heavy shooting Peach, because in a situation like this, it is imperative. You are definitely gonna need it there. So like I said, it does beat out wake up buttons, which is pretty good. Alright, there you go. Now, the next thing is, okay, so what makes this meaty setup pretty interesting is, let me take off the wake up button there and then put on after first attack. Alright, so this setup has I'd say significantly less frame advantage than a meaty forward fist, because meaty forward fist, you're +3 regardless, so you're fine in a situation like that. However, crouching medium kick is normally -2 on block. In this situation here, I believe the move is 7 or 8 frames start up, but it's about 2 or 3 frames active. So what happens here, is the move can become 0 at best. So if I do this correctly, I should get this to be 0. Oh yeah, 0 on block. Now, this is neither good, neither bad. But I'd say, actually, I can't say it's neither good because it's actually alright because there's no real drawbacks to a neutral situation in a Street Fighter game. Because what 0 on block means is, right, everyone's neutral. And it's basically the next action, whoever has the fastest action in that situation will be able to initiate their turn first. So that was a very roundabout way of explaining it. But let's say you get a neutral situation in Street Fighter, right? And if both characters have a 3-frame button, if they press it after a 0 on block situation, it will result in a trade. All right, so let's see if we can replicate that now. I think I've got it here. Yes, so it's going to be that. So after the meaty crouch and medium kick, we're going to see if we can get a button press. No, I've done that wrong, so let's try it again. Dash. No, that's wrong again. Let's see if third time's the charm. Can I get it? I don't know why I'm mistiming this. I didn't even press it that time. Damn, I suck at this. No, -2. Damn. -1. Why am I so bad at doing this? I was literally doing it a second ago. There we go. Okay, but the button press didn't come out afterwards. 6 stages. There we go. So it results in a trade. Let's see if we can do it again. Replicate that again. There. So I'm getting a trade because we both have a 3-frame button. So we're going to connect on the same frame. And therefore, we just go back to neutral. No one can initiate any offense because no one has the advantage. We both have the exact same frame that we're working with. And then we just go back to that situation. However, if it's going up against a character with a 4-frame button, so your Nash, your Alex, your Fang, your Urian maybe, if they try to press a button in a neutral situation, 0 on block situation, you're technically +1 because your fastest button is 1 frame faster than theirs. So a 3-frame button in comparison to a 4-frame button there. So like I said, 0 on block is not a bad situation. You're not really in trouble, but you can catch people off guard because they may think it's -2, but they're not actually aware of the situation being 0 on block. So Mika players, keep that in mind. If you go for a meaty crouching medium kick after Peach Assault, after the dash, you are 0 on block, but you can get a combo on hit. Even if they don't press a button, I believe, let's see, yeah, if they don't press a button and you go for this, I believe you should be alright to do the combo anyway. Yeah, +5, yeah, it's meaty enough to connect that combo there. So dash up, crouching medium kick, if it hits, then you get that meatless follow up there. Yep, literally if they try to escape, keep that in mind, do your thing. But yeah, get that down. Crouch medium kick, stand medium punch, heavy shooting peach. You cannot use your meter because you just expended it. Because I know some people might go, oh yeah, let me do this setup and then do, oh yeah, let me do the meaty crouch medium kick, stand medium punch, easy confirm into EX shooting peach when I get it right. 1, 2, yeah, I think they can do that. You can't do that because you just expended your meter. So get that thought out of your mind. Perish the thought. Alright, so again, going back to it, jammers, what if they do a delayed wake up? Well, this sounds pretty interesting because if this does happen, what you do, the following frame kill, the one I've come up with, I literally came up with this last night, is you do crouching medium kick, forward dash, with a standing light punch. And then what that does is that leaves Mika at +3 frame advantage. Now, I've done a video in the past about why +3 frame advantage situations are important for Rainbow Mika. So if you haven't checked it out and you want to go and check it out, I'll leave the video link in the description below for you guys to check out. But yeah, after a crouching medium kick, you do forward dash, and then you do you got the option, sorry, you do forward dash with a standing light punch, and you got the option between a regular throw, stand medium punch, or a command throw, whether it be Brimstone or Rainbow Typhoon. So let's see if I can replicate one more time. 1, and then there you go. I'm doing the Brimstone right now. They're meterless options. The command grab's a bit more risky in that situation because you've just inflicted an abundance of damage on the opponent, so they're going to try their best to try and escape. But again, it's still a guess at the end of the day. Right, so moving on to our third and final setup here from a post Peach Assault. Right, if I take off the guard action, let's take off the guard action, yes. So, the last thing you do, which I think this has been seldom used anyway. I've seen Fudo use it once or twice. I think Luffy has tried to use it as well. But after a Peach Assault, you can actually go for a dash up, crouching medium punch meaty setup. So, Now, people may be familiar with this off of landing a brimstone in the corner. So if I show you that there, you may be used to seeing it from this. That's what you're used to seeing. Let me do it again because I've mistimed that there. There we go. Okay, I don't know why I keep mistiming it. Third time's the charm. There we go. Yeah, you may have been used to seeing it there. However, you can actually do the exact same situation and be in the exact same frame advantage situations off of a post critical arc. So there you go. You can connect it after that, and the only follow-up you can get, I'm afraid, is a light attack into a light shooting peach. So crouching light punch into light shooting peach. So it's +3 on hit, and then on block, if we get it to do after the first attack. Let's do this again. So what you'll be is you'll be +1. So what that means is, again, you can press a crouching light punch. I think you still be in range of a rainbow typhoon. So if you do block that, oh sorry, if the opponent does block that, you can do the crouch jab, and then, yep, you'll be in range of a light rainbow typhoon. Because remember, every option that we've been going through in this video, they have to be meterless options. Because again, to recite the same lines, you've expended your meter on the critical art, so you're going to have to work with these options, whether you like it or not. Like I said, on block, when you connect this Meaty, you're at +1 frame advantage. You might be able to catch him off guard with a brimstone or a rainbow typhoon. Against 4-frame characters, that will definitely work. But again, you have to be cognizant of the backdash, because people might be trying to backdash, hold up. They might even try to swing out their own reversal. So be very careful about that. Now, this setup has a drawback here, and I personally think it's a bad one because what people actually don't know about Meaty crouching medium punch setups is I'm going to get the opponent, yes, I'm going to have them to do wake up crouching light punch. So if you go for this Meaty attack, it actually loses to crouching attacks, whether it be a crouching jab, a crouching medium, or crouching heavy. Meaty crouching medium punch, I'll probably explain it in another video, it loses to crouching attacks. So if you do go for this Meaty setup, you do it at your own volition. And do not be surprised if someone does a crouching attack and converts into a combo. Now, luckily, they're not getting a counter hit. They're not getting a counter hit. But maybe one opponent might just whip out a crouching medium or a crouching fierce and convert into some random damage. You're going to think, why does my Meaty setup not work? Is because a Meaty crouching medium punch loses to crouching attacks. So please, please, please bear that in mind. Now, I haven't actually worked on a frame kill setup for the Meaty crouching medium punch, because you might be able to, we can sort out one now. You might even be able to maybe, let's see. So if you do it again, if you do crouching medium punch, you might be able to forward dash, and then, yeah, so you're +11 after the forward dash. So if that does whiff, if the opponent does delayed rise, you just do that, dash up and do forward fierce. Okay, maybe not. You might have to whiff a button or two. Yeah, oops, let's see. So you do crouching medium punch, dash up, jab, and then maybe a brimstone again. It could be a thing. Yeah, okay, so you got 12 frames of advantage after that. Yeah, you're +1. Okay, so you can make up some sort of frame kill, but I'll leave that to you guys. But that is, oh, sorry. All right, and with that, that's going to draw the video to a close. Hopefully this has been insightful and pretty helpful for you guys as well. But like I said, the one thing you have to remember is that Mika, after she lands her critical art, she is, after the forward dash, she is at +8 frame advantage at best, which is pretty good. And you know, you can only work with meterless options, and if you have V trigger backing that, that is even better, because you can set up a mix up or apply a little bit more pressure, and then, you know, really put the opponent in a perilous situation. But I'm going to leave further details in the description below for you guys to just glance over the notes and then go in training mode and work on this yourselves. But like I said, we've just gone over the most common Meaty setups that I've seen R.Mikas do post Peach Assault, which is Meaty forward hard punch, Lady Mika, Meaty crouching medium kick, which is actually neither good neither bad. Well, it's a little bit more good than bad. But and then we've seen Meaty crouching medium punch as well, which I've rarely worked with it myself. But there's room for exploration. I'm pretty sure you guys can come up with a lot of better things than I can do in training mode. But yeah, those are the 3 common setups there. But if you guys have enjoyed the video, let me know in the comment section below. If you didn't like the video, let me know in the comment section below. I'll leave my Twitter and my Twitch, the social media outlets, in there as well. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel and you want to, you're more than welcome to. And I'll leave the link to my +3 frame advantage video for R.Mika in the description below. There'll be tons of things in there, so be sure to check them out. This has been your boy HC Jammers, and I will see you guys on the next Street Fighter 5 video. So until then, take care and enjoy the rest of your day.